in this video we're going to be identifying the roots of a quadratic equation after we've already graphed it. So the method we're using is graphing. Roots are also known as zeros, solutions, or x-intercepts. These are all synonyms for the word roots. Alright, so the roots, the way to identify them when looking at our graph, after we've graphed our quadratic equation, is to look for where our parabola crosses the x-axis. Okay, so we're looking for our x-intercepts. So we have 4 different examples of types of roots that we'll find, okay, in a parabola. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with our first one. So when we have one solution. So take note that our parabola crosses the x-axis only one time. This happens when our vertex lies directly on our x-axis. So in this case, our vertex, or our root, would be at -1, 2. So we would simply write x equals -2. This would be the answer for our roots. Okay, so one solution lands directly on there. Let's go ahead and take a look at if we were to have no solution. All right, so in this case, our parabola never crosses our x-axis, so there are no x-intercepts and there are no roots. So you would just write no solution. All right, if we go ahead now to see when we have 2 solutions, you're going to see I have 2 different ones. I have 2 nice solutions, I call them, and then 2 not nice solutions. All right, so let's take a look at the difference between these 2. So we definitely have 2 different times that our parabola crosses the x-axis. All right, so we have 2 x-intercepts, we have 2 roots. In this case, these are nice whole numbers. Let's take a look at this one right here. This one crosses at x equals 1. And this one right here would be 1, 2, 3. So this is x equals 3. So we could write x equals 1 and 3. All right, let's take a look at our second example then, or our last example. So this is the one I refer to as our not nice solutions. If we take a look at where it crosses our x-axis, it's not at a whole number. This is in between 2 different numbers. So is this. We're not going to pinpoint that with an exact decimal or fraction or anything like that. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to write an inequality for each of them. All right. So what we say, this one right here, is in between the numbers 1, 2, 3. So 2 and 3. So we'll say x is greater than 2, which is less than 3. This one right here is in between the numbers -1 and 0. So -1, 0. So the way we would write this, just like this, we just write them down at the bottom line. Our roots in this case would be as follows. All right, so this would be our 2 different roots for this given parabola. All right, I'm going to zoom out now so we can see what they would look like, all the different 4 types of solutions that we would see, all at the same time. This could be a good page to look at when you're doing your work. All right.